ame kanje. Elokuqala elokushisa. Kanti ke lesibili elokwephula ingalo yomthetho. Elesithathu elokubulala.
Oh, Jesu.
Cabangela wena wedwa. CS1.
Umbuso ubiza uMiss Buhlekunene ukuthi asondele ngaphambili.
Lo quadro na kamukela ka testify. Wena decide go bolela ditšhelete o reletse ka sepopao.
Manje wena
uyuzile ne?
hayi baba
Ichonza msejenge. Nyo yakho.
baba uyangidimaza mfika kahlanya yini
Mina angifuni ukujela. Angifuni ukuhlangana nababulali cha.
Ngiyazi ukuthi namhlanje ilanga enzima. Probably one of the toughest days sizobona empilweni yethu.
Khayena le right. 79 friends off.
Ithini iplan yakho? Ba utshepisisa ngwana ka ha o ya tshakani ba tla ba dutse le wena ka seleng.
We can't let each other fall, guys. Hi, Maj.
Rena le evidence e ntjha that we believe could be.
Hello everyone, welcome back to ASR, African Stories Realized. This is our first review of Youngins Season 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Episode 1 picks up following the arrest of the Olifant's Big Five as they face the consequences of starting the fire that caused TK's death. As their case began, the judge announced to the court that if found guilty, there was a possibility the Big Five would go straight to prison and not juvenile detention. Butle's father reassured her that he would support her and revealed that he had retained a lawyer who was confident about winning the case. Amo apologized to her aunt after she was forced to come to Joburg and support her niece. However, her aunt questioned what her plan was and reminded her that she left home because she wanted to be grown. Tumelo's father also arrived to support his son, who got on a group call with Butle, Amo, and Kaya. They reassured each other that they would get through this, but questioned where Mahlata was and why they couldn't get in touch with him. At Mahlata's place, he apologized to his mother, who had confiscated his phone, and encouraged him to leave the Big Five behind. But Mahlata insisted that they were his friends and he was the one responsible for the fire that took TK's life. However, Mahlata's mother reminded him that he was not well off like his friends and they wouldn't be able to serve his jail time if he was found guilty. Meanwhile, at Olifant's Fontaine, the entire school discussed the fate of the Big Five, while Principal Ramatuba did his best to restore order, introducing new rules and threatening to expel anyone who disobeyed them. Palesa and Alex quickly got in trouble for dancing in the corridors and were sent to detention, where Palesa started flirting with Sefako. An angry Sefako then confronted Lesedi for tricking him, blaming him for getting his friends arrested and using him to do it. The episode ends in court with the judge revealing that the Big Five face charges of arson, defeating the ends of justice, and culpable homicide. Episode 2 picks up ahead of the Big Five's next court date at Mahlata's place, where his mother was giving him the silent treatment. He pleaded with her to support him, but his mother revealed that they couldn't even afford a lawyer or food, questioning what will happen to him when he goes to prison. Ultimately, she returned his phone to him and suggested that he sort out his own mess. At the Kunene homestead, Butle's father tried to force her to turn on her friends and testify against them. Butle was defiant, but her father insisted that for the sake of their family, she had to take the stand. The Big Five reunited briefly before court proceedings began, where Butle revealed that her father was forcing her to take the stand, and Tumelo revealing that he also had a lawyer. When the time came for Butle to testify, the prosecutor tore her apart on the stand after she denied being in the room when the fire started. It was followed by a damning testimony from Detective Kumalo. However, Butle's defense lawyer presented new evidence which cast some doubt over the state's case. After a tense day in court, the Big Five had a heated argument, with Mahlata confronting Butle for testifying, and each of the members revealing how much of a strain the case has been on their respective families. Kaya revealed that he was also considering taking the stand, but Amo suggested that they were playing right into the prosecutor's trap for them to tell different stories, with Mahlata starting to freak out over the fact that he doesn't have a lawyer like the others. Meanwhile, at Olifant, Palesa continued flirting with Sefako as they bonded over being outcasts. Alex then asked Palesa what was going on between her and Sefako, insisting they had nothing in common, but Palesa just laughed it off. News then arrived that the magistrate had reached a verdict, and the episode ends with Mahlata on a call with Butle, Amo, and Tumelo, insisting that it's every man for himself. Episode 3 picks up on the day of the verdict, with Mahlata's mother comforting him as they prepared for court. Butle's father revealed that he was confident her testimony would keep her out of trouble, but Butle couldn't help but worry about Mahlatse. Amo then sent the group a voice note encouraging them to stick together before they made their way to court. At the courthouse, the Big Five apologized to each other, insisting they were family as they reconciled and hoped for the best. As the judge prepared to read out the verdict, he summarized the case, insisting that while the fire may have been caused by a fault in Mahlatse's room, he was responsible for bringing the stove into the dorms, which was prohibited by the school. The Big Five was cleared of arson, but Mahlatse was found guilty for defeating the ends of justice, and all of them were found guilty for culpable homicide. However, the episode ends with relief for the Big Five after the judge sentenced them to a 5-year suspended sentence and 200 hours of community service, avoiding jail time. That was an unexpected ending. I thought they were going to be acquitted, but I think the conviction and suspended sentence will make for a better story. I was afraid they'll give him a get-out-of-jail-free card, but I'm glad that their actions came with consequences, which have been consistent morals that the show has tried to convey. They may have avoided jail time, but they have criminal records, which may jeopardize their current scholarships, potential college admissions, and employment opportunities in the future. Furthermore, if they do commit a crime during the 5-year probation, they will be locked up. So I wonder if Mahlatse will risk it and continue selling weed on campus. The cinematography is looking sharp, and I loved a lot of the aesthetic decisions they took, especially in the scenes with Mahlatse and his mother. However, there was a scene which was repetitive when the new evidence was introduced. They introduced it in episode 2 and again in episode 3 before the verdict. The scenes are actually slightly different, so I guess it's 2 different takes, but I think they were really struggling with the logistics of the legal parts of the episode. It was a bit all over the place, and it did feel like there was some scenes missing, cause when the Big Five are breaking up and when they make up, there's not a lot of stuff happening in between there. I don't know exactly what happened, but it was a bit confusing. I'm glad the show didn't drag out the court case and gave us a resolution within the first week so that we can return to Olifant and all the crazy drama there. I felt like there was a disconnect between the Big Five court drama scenes and the scenes at school. With the romance brewing between Palesa and Sefako, he might get caught in a triangle when Tumelo returns. Although I don't think those two should get back together, it's just way too toxic. It was good to see Sefako and Palesa interact. Those are 2 great actors, very underrated. So I did enjoy the scenes. They just felt disconnected from everything else which was happening. It was good to see Amo's aunt again, and also to see her show her support after the verdict. I think Amo will come face to face with her father again this season, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out because she's definitely changed since season 1. There's also the question of who Amo will choose, Kaya or Mahlatse. At the end of last season, it looked like she was leaning towards Mahlatse, but we know that Kaya doesn't give up easily. Principal Ramatuba seemed to have softened up last season, but now he's gone back to more of a season 1 de Klerk. And from one of the trailers I saw, it looks like the students are going to rebel. I wonder if Lesedi and the Big Five will resume their rivalry. He might actually try to provoke them into violating their probation. He's a great villain, but I do get the feeling that they might team up with him this season. Youngins is officially back for a 3rd and final season. I'll be here with you till the finale. Big up to everyone involved with the show. This was a strong start to season 3. The production quality has gotten better with every season. However, last season's premiere with the Olifant's fire was a bit better for me, but I trust that this final season is gonna deliver. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with another review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is ASR for the love of African filmmaking and storytelling.
Njengoba nilaphana kwijele ninayiboshwa ngoba niyiboshwa phela nina manje. Ishintshileke imithetho la esikoleni.
Hello, Olifant's Farben's back like umqolo baby.
Hambani Olifant, uTens.
Uthini kumina wena ngani?
Hayibo. Manje into engiyazi ukuthi sekunosathane. Kunosathane la esikoleni sethu.
Ibe ngalo.
Amanda!
Hot like a heat on. Waka with.
kulo nyaka i-magic dance ayikho ileka ntwana dikleko uya phansi asithi ukuthi usangifuna
realize ne gore nto e kaya e dira gona no ke ntanye go dira gona no go ntse senetša future
Kenge, so nithini? Le nto iphelela la.